It's 2015 and I'm a world champion. They laughed at us when we joined Ferrari and we said we thought we could win the championship in our rookie season. But look at us now.
Compton, California. The good kid. I'm tired of doing it the same way. Gotta flip it before I ruin it. Make it all make sense before you put your toe in it. Opinions get thrown out the window with brown brows. So turn me up loud so the world can hear. And when your favorite rapper rapping, you should cover your ears and go death. Go death, I said. Go death to stay dead. A shot to the forehead, a killer. But I ain't here for no ignorance. I'm militant as Martin Luther King and a penalty. Aiming for my dream till a bullet bounce off one of my deep thoughts and hit a nigga in the spleen. I got it in my jeans. You probably think I'm talking about a pistol, but I'm talking about the blood of a warrior. My nigga, what you worry for? I ain't trying to jack your swag. I'm trying to better my craft and stay relevant. Yeah, as time flies, that I'm sorry. I'm far from the boring, my God. Tell you why it's important. I'm not the boring, my God. If I think and act like you do, the world will die from not seeing something new. And if I don't speak on how I feel, the world will lose out on what's really real. And if I should die before I wake, I pray my music could take my place. The world. Irrelevant. I'd rather you call me that.
So here we are in Melbourne for the start of the 2015 season. We've moved back to Ferrari and people thought we couldn't win last season. Well, we have. We've proven ourselves that we are relevant. The plan was to move to McLaren around Singapore. We thought we were going to move to McLaren. And then we actually had a contract with them, but I brought the buyout clause because I realised Alonso was driving for McLaren and I could not race with them. So now that Alonso's gone from Ferrari, we decided to move back there. And now we're in practice for the Melbourne Grand Prix in 2015. And there's a whole train of cars. And yeah, that's not a great start to the season. World champions out of Abu Dhabi 2014, that was a great race. So yeah, we are the defending world champions for this season, but we haven't got off to a great start in practice. Looking on board from Alonso, there's just a whole cluster of cars. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, oh my word, I just come flying and completely collide with them. That was one of the two incidents in practice. Here's another. Just getting tangled with a lot of incidents. And yeah, this is an incident me and Vettel had. Yeah, and then I just have like one of the most violent spins I've ever had from a really light touch. Me and Vettel, we're fine though. We don't hate each other like me and Alonso did, but let's just look on board Vettel. Because it wasn't even that big a touch at all. It was really, really weird. This is actually on board us, actually. And yeah, we had to change our name to Kimi Räikkönen because of the Illuminati. Just saying that. Joking, but yeah, it was a really violent spin. No idea what happened, to be honest. But we are the reigning world champions coming into Melbourne. And I doubt we'll have any rivalries with Alonso this season because he's so far back. But Hamilton isn't too happy with me after what happened in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, look, really light touch. Me doing what he did to Massa in 2008, and now he knows how it feels, and he's not very happy with me, so he's going to be determined not to let me win. But on the prime tyres in practice, we actually topped the session by 6/10, so showing very good pace at the moment. And Melbourne isn't even one of my strongest tracks at all, but I'm liking this handling model. But anyway, on the soft tyres now in practice, we've got provisional pole. This is the fastest lap time that I set in qualifying, so it's not the neatest, but it's the fastest. So I'm going to be quiet and let you enjoy the lap. So there we go. A good lap. Very solid. Yeah, very good lap. And the car just felt amazing to drive. It looks amazing to drive through the corners as well. Yeah, you can just chuck the car in much more than you could last year. So I'm really feeling strong with the car. And as you can see, I'm in provisional pole, and I think it's by quite a long way, because we improved 5/10 and we're already in pole. And yeah, there we go. We have got pole for the Australian Grand Prix, one of my least favourite tracks, by 8/10 of a second. From our teammate Sebastian Vettel as well. But there is something I have to tell you. For that incident we had with Nasser, that crash where I just shunted him while there was loads of cars just going slowly, we actually got a 5-place grid penalty, so that sucks. We got pole in our first race of the season, but we will be starting from 6th place for tomorrow's race. Let's see how many positions we can make up. It's going to be a good one.
The crowd are here and here in force for what is going to be a fantastic day of racing. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix.
So here we are on the grid. That's our race strategy. It's a 2-stop. Tyre wear is going to be a fact, especially in that last stint. It looks like we're going to have to go 11 laps on those prime tyres. That might be quite hard, but we'll try and manage it. Starting from 6th place, it looks like the starts are quite hard this season, but we're going to be looking for a good one anyway. 5 lights are out. Looks like the initial getaway's been decent, not the best. Bottas is pulling out a bit from us. Hulkenberg's down there in turn 7. Now we've shunted Massa. He spun. Oh my word. I do not know how I did not get a penalty for that. We just completely shunted Massa and he spun out the way. Yeah, what a start, but we're up into P3. We haven't got a penalty either. Don't know how, but I will take that with 2 hands. And now it's just going to be about closing on Vettel. We have probably the best place on the field, but if you judge it by qualifying. But yeah, we just went a bit too deep into the first corner and just made contact with Massa. That was my bad, I'm sorry. But yeah, we just need to close up to Vettel as soon as possible. Yeah, as I said, we showed our pace in qualifying. We were on pole by 8/10. We do a little bit of a corner cut then, but it's given us an amazing exit off that high-speed chicane. We're going side by side with Vettel and round the outside. Job done into P2. Lovely overtake. Even if we did corner cut to get a better exit. Next up is Rosberg. I'm not sure how long it will take us to catch him, if we do even catch him at all. Because although I had the pace in qualifying, I think the Mercedes' race pace is very, very strong. But we'll see. We definitely won't give up. We'll try. But it might be quite hard as Vettel's having a look down our inside, but we shut the door quite easily. But anyway, now on to lap 3. DRS is in operation. That's allowing Vettel to get right past us. He's gone round the outside. And yeah, we could just stick it back down. The AI are a bit more aggressive and they do fight a bit more with the driver, but yeah, that was pretty simple for us just to go back in down the inside. We are world champions, so we're expected to be able to win the place back. But now look, Hamilton is behind us. If Alonso isn't our rival, I can tell that Hamilton probably will be. Hamilton probably will be the one who we fight with most. As on lap 4, and yes, as I say that, he's spun us. Lewis Hamilton has spun us out of the Melbourne Grand Prix. The Australian Grand Prix, sorry. Just looking behind us. Wow, I don't know who's to blame. And that could be a racing incident. We kind of did turn across him, but he did just put himself down my inside. Maybe that's a racing incident. I'm not sure, but if we're not having a rivalry with Alonso, it might be with Hamilton. I would say that's kind of 50-50. He just puts his car down and we do turn across. We don't know he's there. And oh my word, Vettel. lucky he didn't survive that. The cars were rolling back on the track. He clips and has a really violent spin on board from Bottas. You can just see it all happen. Then he tangles with us and spins. But we've got no front wing. We're gonna have to limp it back to the pits. And yeah, what an eventful start to the race. Lewis Hamilton, we've already had an incident with him. He's not gonna be happy after Abu Dhabi, and now this. Well, alright then. This is not going to help our race one bit though. I thought the tyres were going to have a bit of a job going that long anyway, and now we have to stop an extra 4 laps earlier. Lewis Hamilton has jumped us as well in the pits. That's not good. I'm just kind of lost for words. Like, what has just gone on? But we're going to have to make our way past Hamilton as soon as possible. We cannot let him pull away, because he will most likely be our main championship contender. By going through the high-speed chicane, we've got another good exit. We're past Mary and we're past Hamilton down the inside. Very nice double overtake there. Up into P14. Now we can just try and pull away from Lewis Hamilton. Alright then. Oh my god. So yeah, the rivalries with Lewis Hamilton are going to be a thing in this season, I can tell. And it might get a bit dirty. We've already had a big incident. He's trying to go down my inside. We just hold it around the outside. Our hand goes up in frustration as he just makes contact with our side pod. But yeah, this is probably going to mean we're going to have to go on to a 3-stop as well. I doubt we're going to be able to make a 2-stop work. As you can see, Perez has a ghost car just in the middle of the track. No idea what's going on there. Just coming along, Hulkenberg's behind us because he's pitted. And then Perez just has a ghost car in the middle of the track. But the scenes are real in this first Grand Prix. Lots of drama. We're up into P9, back into the points. But we were in a P2, so that might be quite hard. There's so many cars just ghosting on the middle of the track. Nico Hulkenberg has gone past us, but we're getting back. And now, after everyone's made our pit stops, we're in P4. So we have lost 2 positions after that chaotic 4th lap. Ricardo is ahead. We're going to have to try and find a way past him. Not too sure he's in second. I think they're miles up the road as well, and they're not even on my map. But what a race so far. What a start to the season. Somehow we're not further down behind. And yes, we're lucky that we're even still in this race, let alone ahead of Hamilton and Vettel, probably main championship contenders. But yeah, what a shaken up field as well. Hulkenberg's in 5th. Kvyat's in 3rd. Ricardo's in 2nd, I think. So very, very strange. I think we'll be coming into the pits on this lap. We've done 7 laps on these sides, so yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to go for a 3-stop. There's no way we can make prime tyres last 18 laps. That's just a bit too much to ask, but anyway, let's see if we get a good stop from Ferrari. 2.4, very, very solid. And yeah, we're in 10th place. Ericsson's in 9th. Make that 11th now. But yeah, rejoining, where are we going to rejoin? We're in P13. I don't think any more cars are going to come past. But yeah, this is like a legit P13 as we go down the inside of Grosjean. Very nice move, because I think most of the AI will be doing 2 stops because that was the recommended strategy. However, we're going for a 3-stop as we go down the inside of Verstappen through that high-speed chicane. What an overtake. Only halfway into the first race and already we've got what will surely be one of the overtakes of the season. So great race so far as we make up some positions after people are pitting. Now into P7. But great overtake that through the chicane. Yeah, now I'm just looking to close down on Ericsson. He's 8 seconds ahead, I think that is. So just note that gap and let's see how much we can bring it down in the next few laps. Yeah, but now on lap 16, I think we're taking about a sector maybe out of him. So we are definitely flying at the moment. We've got great pace. Now on to lap 18, we finally caught him. And coming round this corner, we've got a better drive. We're going round the outside on board from Ericsson. You can just see us. Great shot of us just going past Ericsson, closing the door on the apex. Very, very nice shots. And we're up into P2. We still have one pit stop to make, but we are up back into P2. Nazza is in P3. So once we make our pit stop, Felipe Nazza, the rookie, in his first race of the season, will be in P2. Well, so we're back where we started, even though we lost a bunch of time. I think Rosberg is about 20 seconds up the road, but finally on lap 21 we're pitting absolutely 2 laps later than the team told us to, so that we could go onto options for the last stint of the race. But the grid is so shaken up after we had that big crash on lap 4. Button, no, I'm sorry, game, but the realism is just a bit too strong. Jenson Button is up into P3 in a McLaren Honda. Jenson Button is in P3. Sainz is in P4. What is going on? We've rejoined just ahead of Hamilton, so good job from the Ferrari boys to bring us in and get us out ahead of Hamilton. Yeah, but we're still going to have some battles with him. By the looks of things, he's trying to go down our inside. We shut the door, going side by side, bit of contact. The rivalry is going to continue. You can already tell Hamilton is getting impatient and a bit angry with us. But let's see the gap to Sainz. It is... I can't really see that on my screen, but I think it's only like 1 second. I think that's him right ahead. But Button will be about 8 seconds ahead. And yes, Sainz is right there. And we're the fastest car on the track. We've just pitted for new option tyres. Diving it down the inside of Sainz now. This is for P4. Jenson Button is in P3 in the McLaren Honda. Oh my word. And Felipe Naz is in P2. So the grid is all completely messed up. No idea what's happened to it. Sorry about that. But anyway. What's the gap? It's a Button. I think that's 8 seconds, and we've only got 6 laps to go. We've got loads of fuel. I realised I was running in lean revs from pretty much this whole race, which was kind of a fail, so we can afford to run it in rich mix for the rest of the race. We've also got a radio call saying that my engine's wearing. That's because I'm revving right up into the red line, and I know that's actually slower, so I won't do it for next race. But Jenson Button in P3, we're going to be closing down on him at right rates of knots. The question is, can we close up to Nazza, after we overtake Button? I think we'll definitely get Button, just because we're so much faster than him at the moment, but might be a bit of an ask to get Nazza, especially with the tyre wear. But anyway, yeah, we're taking about a sector out of Jenson Button. Just closing in massively on him. And yeah, should be interesting to see how long it takes us to catch up to him. But what a race it's been so far. Nazza's got into second somehow. Button's in third somehow. Sainz is in fifth. All the main contenders apart from Rosberg have just crashed early on. It's pretty insane race. Only 2 cars have retired though. But as you can see, we set the fastest lap. That was our fastest lap of the race. So, yeah, that was a pretty nice lap, I have to say. Just every corner, hitting the apex. And very, very smooth driving. That's all I wanted to show you for that segment of time. But now on lap 25, we've finally caught up to Jenson Button. Right on his back. We've got a better exit. He's going so slowly though. We're right on his bumper, but we've gone down the inside for P3. Job done. Let's just look on the replay on board. Jenson Button. He goes to the outside. Doesn't even bother defending. He knows we'll get him at some point, and we just put our car down the inside. And that was pretty much that. But now on lap 29, we have not caught up to Massa. This is the last lap of the race. Coming to complete the second sector, we've got a puncture. Oh my word, on the last lap, we've got a puncture. And we're going so slowly. No way we're going to catch Nazar, but looks like we're going to lose P3. Jensen's Button's right behind us, and was just and we're like, not today. We're not going to let him through. That was a little bit dirty. I'm not going to lie. But we didn't get a penalty for it. And I was just trying to hold on to my P3. I mean, and oh my god, we've been shunted. So, what has just happened on this last lap? We get a puncture, we take out Button, then Signs, out of nowhere. He just comes and just shunts us. What is he doing? So let's just look on board. Signs is just coming, taking the racing line. We're there. And then he just turns into us. And what an insane last lap. Hulkenberg's got past, so we've lost P3 anyway. But what has just happened? And then both Mercedes just go past us as well. But we didn't lose a position. But Hamilton just overtook us. So we've lapped Hamilton somehow. What is going on in this race? Something's happened to Hamilton. He's been lapped. And we're going about 3 miles an hour. Loads of cars are in my proximity arrows. And I was so nervous, but it turns out they're all lap cars. And we've been shunted again, and now we've got a rear puncture. So what is going on? Yeah, Button could have had P3, which would have been pretty insane. But I wanted to hold on to the position for myself. You can't have friends in racing. You need to get all the points you can. And what a crazy race. I'm lost for words. Somehow we're going to finish P4 with 2 punctures. What a race to open the season. So there we are. I was just lost for words. Felipe Nasr ends up 2nd. Hulkenberg finished 3rd. Button was 4th. Sainz was 6th, even though he DNF'd. Hamilton got lapped somehow. I don't know how. And yeah, in the Drivers' Championship and Constructors' Championship, they're the results. I'm really lost for words, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. That was a crazy race to open the season. And so many weird stuff. Look at Verstappen's tyres. What was going on there? Look at what was... I don't even know anymore, guys. It was a crazy race. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Part 2 will be out soon. See you then.